You know, it was a sad week for fans of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, fans of the CFL, and fans of this guy, one of the most dignified and tremendous and dedicated football players in Manitoba history. Kenny Ploen, who a lot of people consider the best CFL player of the 1960s, died February 13th after a long battle with dementia. Now, this American college football quarterback, born, get this name in the community, Lost Nation, Iowa, played for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers of the CFL in their dynasty years of the late 50s, early 60s. Now, in 56, Ploen became the University of Iowa Hawkeyes starting QB. That year, he led his team to its first Big Ten Conference title in 35 years and a victory in the 57 Rose Bowl. He was named an All American and the Big Ten Player of the Year. He was voted the 57 Rose Bowl's most valuable player. Now, selected by the Browns all the way in the 19th round of the 57 NFL draft, on June 10th, 57, it was announced that Ploen had signed a contract with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the CFL rather than a report to the Browns. Now, his decade with the Blue Bombers was just outstanding. He also filled in at halfback and safety. Ploen led the team to six Grey Cup appearances 57, 58, 59, 61, 62, and 65, including four victories 58, 59, 61, 62, and two losses 57 and 65. In the 49th Grey Cup game, he scored one of the most memorable touchdowns in pro football history, eluding several defenders on an 18-yard run into the end zone during overtime to win it. Now, video of this is throughout YouTube, very similar to the Colts' victory in the late 50s, the NFL title. He was also voted the 61 Grey Cup MVP and was selected as a divisional All-Star three times. Now, the Halls of Fame that are in are countless. Inducted in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame in 75, he made the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame and Museum in 87, the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame in 97, and the Iowa Sports Hall of Fame in 2002. In 2005, he was named as one of the Blue Bombers' 20 all-time greats. Now, after he retired from football, he and his wife made Winnipeg their home. He worked as a sales representative and also as a color commentator for a local radio station. In 2007, he was awarded the Order of Manitoba. In September 2009, he was recognized by a fan vote in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame as the most outstanding CFL player of the 1960s. Now, in June 2011, the CFL announced the West Entry Service Road off Chancellor Madison Road next to the new Winnipeg Blue Bombers Stadium would be named Kenny Ploen Way to honor the former Blue Bombers quarterback and the Canadian Football Hall of Famer. He was also honored at halftime during the Blue Bombers' first 2011 home preseason game, where the street sign was unveiled. Now, in 2012, in honor of the 100 Grey Cup, Canada Post used his image on a series of commemorative postage stamps. The image was also used on presentation posters and other materials to promote the Grey Cup game and other celebrations associated with the centennial. Now, he died in Winnipeg on February 13th, 2024, at the age of 88. And of course, he had dementia in his later years, like I just mentioned. Now, what Kenny Ploen meant to the Blue Bombers had more to do with the fact that used to call him the quiet man, and that's who he was. At the time, quarterbacks in the CFL were more were respected than the ones in the NFL, and this is why you look at Russ Jackson, you look at Ron Lancaster later on, Sonny Wade, just tremendous. So we're going to go over a little bit of his stats and celebrations. This is from the Canadian Football Hall of Fame website. Again, drafted by in the NFL initially, he decided to come to Canada and play for the Blue Bombers. Now, there's some indication that the Cleveland Browns were the key, but the 49ers also had some interest. Now, during his quarterbacking career, he completed 1,084 passes for 16,470 yards and 119 touchdowns. In his 62 season, he had a record low 4 interceptions from 208 passes. He also scored a winning touchdown, again in 61 Grey Cup, and was the starting quarterback in the 62 Grey Cup game. Now, he was named the Winnipeg Blue Bombers Outstanding Offensive Player of the half century. Now, from 57 to 67 with the Blue Bombers, he was an all-Western quarterback, 57 and 65, all-Western defensive back in 59, all-Canadian quarterback, landed immigrant of court, Grey Cup participation, 57 to 59, 61, 62, 65, and Grey Cup winner, 58, 59, 61, and 62. The respect that Kenny had beyond and beyond. Big, tall drink of water, 6'3", 200, and a very, very good defensive player in all aspects of his game. Now, the idea about Kenny Ploen, basically, he was always a person to seek the best in his teammates. Now, a very solid rusher as well, over 3,000 yards. He had 319 in 1957, 366 in 1958, 541 on 68 rushes, 8 yards average, and then he broke 230 several times in his career and ended up with a 5.1 average on 588 rushes, again 3,001 yards. And he in only one season he didn't have a completion percentage below 50%, and wouldn't throw many interceptions, that's for sure. Only 106 career. Now, passer rating, his best one, of course, was in 1962, was 118.2. Now, was also a receiver as well. In 1957, he caught 3 passes, and career he caught 25. Now, he also was a kicker. In 1957, he was a point after specialist, getting 25 of 32. A punt returner, a kick returner. He had also 10 interceptions in 1959, and 3 fumble recoveries in his career. And the total scoring, again, 4 rushing TDs and 25 extra points in 57. And scored consecutive years with touchdowns from 57 again to 67. So, ladies and gentlemen, quite a career, and he will be missed. Kenny Ploen, again, it's a throwback to the last, what he called, golden era of the CFL from 50 to 70, and I think he's basically one of the most underrated players in Canadian football history, because whatever he did on the field, he backed it up with the solid play he would provide, and he motivated a lot of the players. I know Winnipeg was a much better team because he was around. Thanks for listening. Bye.